Writing a formula for the XRio Converter Part 3. So far, relay parameter section and additional information for an overcurrent function. Also, we have completely covered the structure of XRio Converter menu. Now we should talk about determining whether these blocks and parameters are enabled. Enabling and disabling blocks. 5051 block is located under the subcategory of setting group. To associate the enabling of 5051 block to the parameter measure of 5051 in the device config block, double-click on 5051 block and select Formula in Enabled section. Then click on the icon 3 dots to open XRio Formula Editor window. The parameter with which the enabling of 5051 block is associated should be entered in References section. To enter the intended parameter, click on plus to open Add Ref Param window. From the box at the top of the page, select 5051 parameter from the tree diagram of XRio Converter file in the device config block. After selecting this parameter by clicking on Add Ref Param, 5051 parameter is added to the references in the Ref Param section. Enumerations of this parameter are listed at the bottom of the page in the form of a tree diagram. Select your intended enumeration and click on Add Ref Enum to add the enumeration to Ref Enum section. Enumeration disabled with ID TXT underline 1 underline 101 is selected here. After closing this window, you can view the path to each parameter in the Path column. Paths are displayed by using the ID of each block. For example, 5051 parameter with ID OC underline 101 is located along the path of custom setting and ID blocks. Also, for writing the formula ID of these parameters is used. In the box on the right, it is specified that if there is a parameter with ID OC underline 101 and enumeration disabled, 5051 block should be enabled. This formula is written as not OC underline 101 equals TXT underline 1 underline 101. After clicking on Test, if a message saying test was successful is displayed, the formula is correct and there is no problem. If a tiny change is made to the formula, for example, the ID is changed by clicking on Test, a message saying that there is no parameter with ID TXT underline 2 underline 101 will be displayed. Then, by clicking on OK, two more messages will be displayed saying that the displayed formula is not correct, and the last message says test was not successful. By correcting the formula and closing the XRio Formula Editor window, you can see that the status of the block is false, and this block, displayed with a cross sign, is disabled. If the measure of 5051 parameter is changed in the device config block, the 5051 block is enabled and the cross mark is removed. Likewise, it is possible to associate enabling or disabling of other blocks with one or several parameters. Like the previous situation, a formula should be written for 50 block. By repeating the previous stages and selecting 5051 parameter and enumeration disabled with ID TXT underline 1 underline 101, a formula should be written for the activeness of this parameter on the XRio Formula Editor. This formula is written as not OC underline 101 equals TXT underline 1 underline 101. So whenever 5051 block is enabled, this block should be enabled as well. Click on Test to validate the written formula and in the end click on OK. For enabling of 51 block, double-click on it and select Formula. After opening the Add Ref Param window, select 5051 parameter and enumerations of disabled and definite time. In fact, 51 block is enabled when enumerations of disabled and definite time are not selected. Then the formula is written as not OC underline 101 equals TXT underline 1 underline 101 and not OC underline 101 equals TXT underline 2 underline 101. Click on Test to validate the formula and finally click on OK. If definite time is selected as the value of 5051 parameter in the device config block, 5051 and 50 blocks are enabled while 51 block is disabled. If time overcurrent is selected as the value of 5051 parameter, all three blocks are enabled. Enabling and disabling parameters. In each block, it is possible to associate enabling of parameters with another parameter. For example, in 51 block, IEC curve parameter is enabled when time overcurrent is selected as the value of 5051 parameter. To do this, double-click on a state column and select Formula from the Enabled section. By clicking on the three-dot icon in the XRio Formula Editor window, like the previous example, in the Add Ref Param window, 5051 parameter and enumeration time overcurrent with ID TXT underline 3 underline 101 are selected and added to the references section. The formula is written as OC underline 101 equals TXT underline 3 underline 101 at the right side. And by clicking on Test, the validity of the formula is examined, then OK is selected. If in device config block time overcurrent is selected as the value of 5051 parameter, IEC curve parameter is enabled, while if definite time is selected, IEC curve parameter is disabled.